Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, where today I'm going to do part 57 to my Let's Mostly Play of EvoPop that's on my iPad. Now guys, before we actually really get started with this episode, I do have to go and let you know about something real quick. Now, first off, in the beginning of every one of these videos, I do state that this is a Let's Mostly Play of EvoPop that's on my iPad. But generally, guys, at this point, you better just call it my... Let's see, you basically just call it my iPad and Tower Gameplay series redone. But with a different title, basically. Because that's basically what it is. As the videos have gone on over the last, few months, you have been seeing less and less of EvoPop and more different games. In fact, in the last episode, I was talking about actually having the series going back up to speed with different things. I had some merging games on there we could definitely do, and it could have worked out for us. However, I got some bad news about that. The series did not work out that way. And guys, altogether, because of the fail we had the last episode, we only have 3 or 4 official games. Well, technically, let me think about this. Okay, we have a few games. I don't know quite which ones are considered main games. I know for the main games that I know we have EvoPop, we have Souls.io, we have I Am Monster, and we have Our Dragon Pet Amoeba. I know Pet Amoeba and Our Dragon have not been focused on within the last few episodes, but generally, guys, at this point, honestly, if I had to tell you guys something, I would say that this series could just become a Let's Play or a Let's Play. Oh yeah. Either a Let's Play or a Let's Mostly Play of Souls.io. Because it's probably gonna be the game we're doing for most of these videos now. We still do have I Am Monster, however we can't get to the point where we're evolving anybody yet. And I'm gonna tell you this, I finally did beat one of the bosses that we're struggling with. However, now we're on to another one. Seriously, you get past one boss is difficult, and then you go to another one. That's basically been the pattern with this game, and that's one of the reasons why you haven't been seeing it lately. How can I do a video of the game when there's nothing to do in it? I can't beat bosses, so I can't really move forward. My best way to move forward is doing the same plan I've been doing. That's playing one of the episodes. My plan, and this is how it's working. My plan is to go back into the game every day, and also every 3 to 4 hours, because of the fact that, well, every time you do that, you get a free gift. Every 3 or 4 hours, you get a free gift from the portal area. Not the summoning area, but the little portal where you can buy stuff. You get a free gift every 4 hours there. And every time that I've done it so far, they have given me little DNA parts to my own monsters. So, yeah. Generally, what that's going to do is slowly but surely we will actually get the monsters evolved. It might take a while, though. I honestly do not think we'll be able to beat some of the bosses until we get to at least 3rd stage. We have beat the bosses, but it has taken a lot of luck to actually beat them. And, yeah. And then now we're on to another boss, and we can't beat it either. We're going in that same spiraling hole that we're stuck in. Although, if we're careful, we'll have plenty of stuff we can do. Now, guys, let me go and tell you before we actually really get started. In the last video, I did mention how, I would start observing the game and seeing what works. And whatever doesn't, I either won't play as often or just get rid of. That's kind of what I did. Some of the games that wasn't working out, or ain't working out at all, will not be played either at all during this series, or barely during the series. Oh my god! Thanks for giving me a near heart attack. I appreciate it. What are you doing? Coffee? Huh? Huh?
This full-grown shark is now targeting Cape Howe on the south coast of Australia.
Sorry guys, I'm only having a near heart attack.
Seals, which are the shark's favorite food.
Hold on a minute, I'll get back to it in a second.
That also attracts fishermen to these waters. Eric Nearus is one of them. He specializes in abalone, a large sea
yeah, they can hear, they can't hear anything in there, but if you come in here with that device especially, they'll hear everything. I'm recording 5 minutes into it. I only been in here. What are you trying to do anyway? I only got till 5 o'clock. Actually, no, I only got till 4:45. Huh? Mel gets up at 4:45, and I only have till she gets in here. Once she gets in here, the video's done. That's. Yeah, I need to wait to. For me to record, she needs to be asleep, and I need for me to record, I need her to be asleep, and that don't happen that often. School nights is the only time I've ever seen her fall asleep early. That's the only time. Yeah. I think she just called me a dork for doing that. However, if you look at the last few videos where we caught that freaking argument in, you would see why I wait. Because if I didn't, we'd have a lot more of that on here, which is something I don't want to record to begin with. Such as an example with part 46. Go all the way back to part 46 and you will see exactly what I'm talking about. Seriously. That was one of the worst videos in this series in general. And it didn't really work out. And again, after that happened, it's like this whole series has been going downhill. We've had one really good episode. One really good episode. And the last video would have been good if I didn't get tired during the video. But the problem was, I ended up falling asleep or being super tired at the end of the last video, and it was getting to a point where if I didn't stop it soon, I was probably end up falling asleep on camera. So I had to stop it there, otherwise you probably would have been watching me sleep for the next 3 or 4 hours with nothing else to do. So, yeah. And it's alright, I blame the person I call the interrupter. Because of the fact that, well, because of her doing the interrupting, I have to wait till she's asleep in order to get anything done. Asleep or at school. Luckily for me, tomorrow she has to go to school. So if I want to record a video before I get sleepy tomorrow morning, I can. However, if I do that, I'm made to do it very early. Because of the fact that, well, there's really not much we can do. I do have some good news, guys, real quickly. I am going to let you know that we do have a few games that might stick around on here. I Am Monster is going to be one of the games where it sticks around, but you won't see much of the game at all. Once they get to the evolution stage, I'll show you that. Show them battling, show them doing, destruction for a few minutes. Just to compare the sizes if I can. And that's about it. Games like Soul.io we can continue doing as much as we want to. And, I'm going to let you know, guys, that's the gist of today's episode. In this episode, we are not going to focus really on any game, except for Soul.io, Mower.io, and Spacebump.io. Other than them games, there's really nothing we're going to have during this episode. To you guys, that may seem very dumb, but there's really nothing else I can do. I've been trying to look for some .io games I could do on camera. However, I can't find really any good ones. I did have some potentially good ones installed, but I did do a test run to see if they were good. And the answer was no. The games were complete garbage. So, off camera, I might continuously looking for games to do. However, I don't know how often that'll be. I'll continue looking for games if I can, but I might not find many. Literally, I think the only games we have left that would actually work out for us is .io games itself. And that might not work out either if we're unlucky. It's gotten to the point where Shark Attack and all that stuff has gone downhill. I haven't done that in a little while now. But at the same time, with this series crashing down, guys, if I do one bad mistake, there's going to be no way for it to recover. Seriously, me getting sleepy during the last episode screwed up the video as it was, and now only being able to do certain games is also going to screw up the series even more. That's why I'm trying to find different games I can do off camera, but to no avail. I did find one that could possibly work, however it had to be deleted because the game barely works on the side pad. It was a game called Sea Life, where it's basically similar to that merged fish game you guys saw yesterday, but instead, you still do the same thing, except you have these puzzles you can solve. And if you beat the levels, beat the puzzles, you actually get coins. And you can use that to buy different stuff for it, or different, like, things for the place, like the fish houses where they can sleep, the actual fish eggs, stuff like that. It's basically similar to Fish Merge, except with a puzzle version of that. However, the game barely wanted to open. It opened, ever since I installed it and tried to test it out, it only opened once. And then the rest of the time, when it wasn't opening, it was sitting there on the black screen for about 2 minutes, or about a minute and a half, and then closing out, doing nothing. That's one of the reasons why that game ain't on here anymore. But along with that, none of the games are on here anymore. I'm being quite serious when I say that, guys. None of the merging games you guys saw yesterday are on here. The only games that you have not seen on here yet. The only games you have not seen on here. Fruit me. The only games that are still on here that you guys saw in yesterday's video are the Mower.io and Spacebump.io. That means all the merging games we had are completely gone. I ruined it yesterday with the fact that I about fell asleep during the video. But along with that, it just... Excuse me, sorry. It just got a little bit boring as well. Soul.io hasn't gotten boring that often, really enough. You'd think for a game very similar to games we've done before, the only difference is these things being the little round things you have to play as. And the only difference is, like, it ain't no ammo or anything, it's just a little circle thing with eyes and a mouth. And in some cases, spikes. Like the green one I play as all the time. I don't know if all of them have the most spikes, but I know the green one I play as all the time does. So, yeah. I am going to let you know that if we do that game today, which most likely we will, it'll probably be the biggest part of this episode is that game itself. That Mower.io and Spacebump.io. Off camera, guys, I will continue looking for more games. But I have been looking before going on camera during the last few times. I've been looking off camera ever since I tried the Mower.io game and Spacebump.io. And so far, nothing. There's nothing good. No other good games have shown up for me on that in terms of .io. Games that did have potential ended up being bad, and that's generally why usually if I download a game, I do a test run of it right away off camera, that way I know if it's good or not. I did that with the Mower.io and Spacebump.io too. I did a few little test runs of the game to see how it was. If it was good, then I did it on video. If it wasn't, deleted it goes. It's in trash. So, yeah. That's basically how... I think from now on, guys, at least till around part 60 or something, we might be just doing the same games over and over again. today's episode there's only a few games we could possibly do. We got EvoPop, which I did the game by myself off camera so I could get those mission things unlocked and go ahead and get the free chest out of it. And I did end up getting a lot of chest out of it. I ended up beating all the missions and getting a lot of chest where we got a lot of coins from it. I even went ahead and upgraded one of my guys. I went ahead and upgraded the Puddin' Evo to its final evolution stage. So yeah, if the Evos actually grew whenever they evolved or changed a little bit, then I might not would do it off camera. But since they don't, then I tend to always do it. I've never seen an Evo that just randomly starts changing during once you upgrade him, not once you evolve him. But yeah, guys, like I said, most of this episode will focus more on the .io games. I honestly don't think we'll be focusing on Monster Craft for this episode. I don't know. We're running into a brick wall right now. That's the biggest problem I have with the games. We're running into a big old brick wall that I don't think we're going to be able to summit if I don't get into just doing 3 different games during the episode. Yeah, we have Pet and even we have AR Dragon, but I don't know. We might do Pet and Eva during this episode, but if I do, it's going to be the very last thing we do in the video. So, yeah, most of the rest of the video will focus more on Soul.io and stuff like that. We'll just focus on the .io games. We might do Shark Attack, but honestly, guys, the chance of that happening is pretty low. Honestly, if things don't start working out with a lot of these games, most of the games you might see on this iPad might start disappearing. You still see a lot of games on this iPad that we could possibly do for a video, but if things do not work out, we're not going to do that. All the games you see on here, or at least a lot of them, will start disappearing. And yes, that does include My Dino Park as well. That game was fun, but doing the same thing over and over again has kind of gotten dull. And that's kind of a problem because My Dino Park was a fun game. Like I said, ever since the freaking ever since last week and the week beforehand, my brain's been all scrambled up. One of the main reasons why I haven't seen me play Pokemon is also because of that. I can't play Pokemon in my brain like this, and my brain can't even get back into Pokemon. I know after that video I made upstairs and the video afterward, I talked about how I finally got back into Pokemon right after I had time to relax. But honestly, guys, ever since I said that, like a day later, my brain's been back to being messed up again, and I can't do anything about it. So my only hope is that I don't do any games at all in terms of Pokemon for a little while, and hope that maybe before the end of the year, the way I feel will come back, and maybe I can actually start doing it. I don't know, guys. I did mention why in the world this is happening in one of my other videos. I don't need to explain it again. I do have some, again though, I don't know what I'm going to do about this series. This series might, continue, but until I find other games we can do, you can basically just call this a Let's Mostly Play of Soul.io instead. So, yeah. If we start a Quar.io, it wouldn't be that bad, but we don't. We do have, well, I don't have it on here now, but I used to have Dinosaur Rampage on here. But honestly, I kind of wish I did Dinosaur Rampage like they do Soul.io and Mower.io. And even the Spacebump.io. I wish that you actually see the monsters. See the little things grow up. And yeah, you can, but I'm not just talking about randomly change to a different size. I'm talking about actually showing them getting bigger. Kind of like in Soul.io when you eat somebody or eat a star. You might be this size before you eat the star, but then once you do it, you see him go from this size to that size in a matter of seconds. And the same thing goes for a person. If you're this big and you eat a person that's smaller than you, especially if it's about the same size as you but a little bit smaller, you're guaranteed to get giant. And like I said, there's been rounds in these videos where I've actually gotten huge, and things have worked out for us. However, guys, something I don't know if I've ever told you before. I think I actually told you this in the last video, but I can't quite remember because the only thing I remember about the last video is the fact that I fell asleep. Or about fell asleep during the video. At the end of it. So, yeah. I am going to let you know about something about Soul.io, unfortunately, is that in most of the modes in the game, it does have a timer. The only game mode that does not have a timer in the game itself is Classic mode. Team mode, Tag mode, and Battle Royale mode all have timers. And for Battle Royale, I can understand, but I wish they didn't do that for Tag or Team mode, because honestly, Team mode is probably my favorite mode in the entire game. That and Classic. But again, I'd like to do some more Team mode battles. But I also don't. I want to do a game that can last forever, and if you can keep getting big and not get shrunk by other people, you can honestly. I'd like to see how big we can actually get, because there's been videos where I've gotten gigantic, like so big to where you can't even hardly see people that are like this small at that point, or you can't see them at all. But I don't know, guys. Like I mentioned, most of this video will focus on the .io games. I'm not fibbing when I tell you the guys that either. Literally, I think the first game we're going to do in this one is one of the .io games. And then, we only got about 3.5 hours to do a video, but that should give us plenty of time to do at least all 3 games. Honestly, starting this episode onward, we may not do EvoPop at all. Or if we do, it's going to be very little. As you guys have seen during the last 2 videos, I've been limiting down EvoPop a lot more than I used to. I would do the 10 lives plus a few extra rounds with videos. Now it's gotten to the point where I only do the first 10 rounds and then quit. And I blame it more on the fact that the series has come crashing down. I also blame it more on the fact that we don't really have much we can do. One of the games that gives us hope in this series is I Am Monster. And it's going to take at least 1 month to just evolve one monster. Do you see the issue here? And if I restart, I can't keep my progress in terms of stats. I kind of wish that there was a way where you could actually restart the game to where it doesn't restart your stats, but restarts everything else. So you go back to area number 1, but you have the over 1,000 attack thing. I mean, it would seem a little bit cheap because it'd be way too easy, but then we'd be more prepared for whenever we got to the harder bosses later on. Like seriously, ever since we got to battle number 300, we can't do anything. I think even 250 was where it started getting hard. Everything from 1 to 150 or 1 to 200 was easy. You got past that, then everything went down the crap. Seriously, literally, it was not good. And because of what's been going on with the series, that's why the games have been severely limited down. Some of the games I had on here actually did get deleted, but I've already forgotten which games I did delete. I've literally forgotten which games it was, which one of the games I deleted. I think I deleted 2 of them, but can't remember which ones it was now. So, yeah. Like I said, guys, most of this video will focus on me doing the .io games. We'll spend the least amount of time on Spacebump.io, but we will do a little bit on it. We'll do a little bit more time on Mower.io, and at least 95% of the video will probably focus on Soul.io. And maybe at the end of the video, if we have time, I'll do Pet Amoeba as well. We'll see though, guys. Pet Amoeba also might be one of them games that's going to save this series. Aerodragon's a really good game, but I do wish you could kind of watch him grow. And again, I'm going back to the statement I said a while ago. When I say watch him grow, I mean like what they do in Soul.io, where you can actually, when you eat somebody, you get huge, or you can actually see the growth. I kind of wish they'd do that when the dragon actually grows up instead of just making him appear that size. I think if they did that, some of these other games would actually really benefit from it. games like AR Dragon would be 10 times better if it had just that. And same thing for games like Monster Crafter. I think, well, if they actually do grow it, you can't see them grow, but I can't tell if they're actually growing or not. It looks like it, but they might not. It might just be their stats buffing. It might be just the way it shows its stats. Or like how its stats are getting buffed, and not just its size. I don't know. There's a lot of games that would really benefit from that. Tap Tap Dino would also be one of those games that would like kind of benefit from that. But like, you can actually see your dinosaur grow over time. That's the same. It could be the same thing for My Dino Park. If you could see your dinosaur grow into that form instead of just them magically emerging into that, that would be really cool. That's what makes Soul.io so good compared to other games. And also, that's also what made me like Mowers.io. They have some Mower.io. That's something that most games do not have. Same thing for Spacebump.io. Whenever you grow up, you can literally see them actually growing up, not just changing into that size for no reason. You actually see them get bigger, and that's what I like about it. That's what makes it so special to me. So yeah, we're gonna see how far we can get today, guys. Most of the video will focus on the .io games, and maybe off camera I'll try looking for a few more. But for now, we'll see what ends up happening. I'm gonna get the camera turned around, and we'll do the whole video based on .io games, I believe. Let me go ahead and get the camera turned around again, and we'll go ahead and get started. Here we go, guys. Excuse me, guys. I am gonna let you know right now that if this does actually come to me just doing .io games for a little while, I will let you know that I might bring back games like Snake Rattles again. If not Snake Rattles, I might try at least bringing Slither.io to the games, or to the iPad. I don't know though, because I want to get as much as I can done. I ought to kind of see what happens. I'm kind of curious that if I type in like Fish.io, what will come up. I'm not going to worry about this episode, but maybe once I go off camera and all that, I'll look up Fish.io and see if I find good fish versions of this stuff. And if I can find good ones, we'll do them for another episode too. So, yeah. We're going to do the games that are the .io games from what I dislike to what I like, or from what I dislike more to what I like more. In terms of the 3 games that we got on here, it has .io in the title. I like the games in the following order. Actually, if you want to think of it this way, just look at the reverse order of these 3. My least favorite one out of all of them is Spacebumps.io. My second least favorite, the second place .io game I've got on here goes to Mower.io because it's actually pretty cool. And my first place goes to Soul.io. I actually really do like that game a lot. So, yeah. We'll have to see what ends up happening, though, guys. Oh, we had to turn... I completely forgot about that. That's fine. That ain't bugging me. Like I said, out of all the games we've got, this is definitely my least favorite one. Least favorite ones. So, we'll have to see what ends up happening. We got new missions. Abduct 23 buildings, destroy 18 buildings with laser, and open 3 chests. That open 3 chests shouldn't be that hard, honestly. And the tournament's also available. It is. I don't know if we'll be able to beat it, but we can definitely try. Let's start with the tournament and see if we can actually beat it this time. I actually don't know what happens when you beat the tournament because I've never done it. I did try doing the tournament matches off camera at one point in time. However, I ended up failing at like the 3rd or 4th battle in here out of the 5th one. So, yeah. I'm not going to use any power-ups or boosters because of the fact that they cost gems. And I'm not spending my gems right now. So, let's see if I can beat everybody being as small as I can. Here we go, guys. Here we go. It's starting out pretty well already. Here we go. Yep, this is already a bad start. This is already starting out horribly, actually. And almost out of time, this could be a problem. Oh crap, yep, we are definitely screwed. Yep. Told you we lost the first time. I did get second, but that ain't gonna be enough to let us move on, I bet. Let's see what we get out of this. 200 gems, plus whatever's going to get out of these two. So we've already lost the first tournament thing. That's just fantastic. Seriously, that's already just freaking great. We get that, and then we get however many gems or whatever in this thing. This should give us that one chest. The frick? You say this game is very addictive? This game looks stupid and boring as frick to me. Although, what am I saying? There is dragon games kind of like this on the App Store, but they still ain't that good. And I like whenever you can see the dragon grow up, and that's something you can't really tell in merging games. Well, at least in ones that's similar to the ad you just saw. Yep, see? Wow, already. It will let me reset the tournament if I want to. And we got 2 missions. The last one we gotta do is destroy 18 buildings with a laser. If we can get the laser, I'll do that, but other than that, no. Let's check out this new thing. Let's check it out. Huh? But what's the yellow one there? Okay, let's try it anyway. Here we go. Dang. There we go. And there's the laser. We might can actually go ahead and get this thing done now. Dang. How come I couldn't have done this gun the tournament? That would have been nice. Seriously, if I could have done this in a tournament, that would have been really nice. Dang it. Alright, we did win that though, and we don't have enough. We can actually get the rank with a video. Merge cute pen. Yeah, this game was done. Man, if they actually like grew into bigger animals, towards like more like if you like you merge them and actually go into bigger animals instead of just smaller ones. That's one I can give. That's one thing that I can give games like that one merge dragon game. Not the one we did the last episode, but that one where you actually had these bunch of dragon nests, and you had to hatch those eggs. It was kind of like Pokemon in its own right, because the professor in the beginning. That's the one I'm talking about, the one with the professor in it. So yeah. We got 600 gems for that. Not enough to open any chests, but that's fine. And we got... Oh, no, we don't. Well, we are getting close to that mission. Let's, continue moving forward. Well, I said, guys, I will be doing this game, but I'll be doing it less than I do everything else. I'll focus on mower.io more than this one. But at the same time, like I said, I also focus more on soul.io more than I will mower.io. So, yeah. There we go. And now we got the stuff. How come this could not have happened on the tournament? This would have made me win the tournament. At least that one. We lost the first freaking battle. I know the guys in the tournament are supposed to be strong, but dear me. There we go. One more of those and we'll get 3 chests. Well, 1, but we can watch to get 3. We can watch videos to get 3. Let's keep aiming for that booster. I mean that last thing. There's also a speed booster right here. Perfect. Here we go. This actually helps us get bigger faster too, and it's alright because now we can collect buildings faster and, like you're saying, keep growing. We're already pretty big. And we still got 20 seconds left. That might be as big as we can get. There we go. We both. The guy beside me was the same. As the same size as me. That was cool. So we got the middle one where we get 200 gems. We watch another video. Like this. It ain't Halloween no more. Catch up already, you dumbass. Seriously, it ain't even Halloween no more when you're over here being a piece of crap and talking about it. No one cares. Halloween's over. Switch over to Christmas stuff here. Guys, I'm gonna go and let you know that the next video I do will probably end up being like this one too, because we don't really got much we can do. So I'll probably end up doing about the exact same things as we did this episode. I said we will have more time next episode if I ain't that tired. What the frick is that? What is that? It kind of looks like what's kind of like a freaking bowl. What's the combination between a bowl and a freaking nest? What is that? That's a weird design. I want to see that on a big screen. Or, well, this is a big screen. I'm gonna see that better whenever we get back to the menu and we can look at it better there. I'm gonna look at that. That's a weird looking skin type or whatever you call that. It ain't just color, because the color ain't the only thing that changes. It's also the type, I guess, too. What the difference of the model that it is. Here we go. What? the snot is that? Whatever it is, I really don't like it that much, so we're gonna switch over to something else. What was that? That was the one we had at the beginning. Or not in the beginning, but that's the one we had in the very first few levels. Let's go ahead and use this one again. Let's see what we can do. Come here, my pretties. That was probably like one of the best witches like laughs I've ever done. Holy snot, that was weird. Alright. I'm grabbing that lasery thing if you don't mind. The thing's mine. I need to get the stuff to do it anyway. Thank you. Oh, there's gems flying everywhere. I didn't know that would happen. Huh. Maybe it's only when you destroy certain buildings. I really don't know. But there's gems right under me. There was. There's not anymore because I collected them all. Nugget. Hello, Nugget. I'm growing bigger. You can't do anything. Oh, there was a size upgrade over there too. I saw that little symbol. Although I couldn't do anything about it right now. And we got a new map. Nice. And we got an ad that nobody gets a flying flapjack about. I don't care where you can reach the pink hammer or not. I don't give a flying flapjack whether you can reach them or not. You can go away. I'm not helping you. Okay. Let's see how this new area is. Really? Did I? Okay. Come on. There we go. Size up. I wish the size up was a permanent thing and not just, there or whatever. I think the bar's filling up a lot slower because I've barely grown and we're almost, and this battle is almost over. Oh crap. Okay, then I get the same size. What is? Why is there a death zone? I mean, it might be a sign that says "Don't go near them or else you're dead." Quite literally, actually. Oh, it was a lot harder to win anything. I'll try it. We'll see if things work out. This ain't gonna be that fun. I bet money on it. There we go. Alrighty. And now we just gotta keep playing until we're ready to move on to the next game. Like I said, I'm gonna go and do that merging and we're gonna try it out. But I'm going. Oh no, the game froze. I do have to say one thing about that mower.io is that it likes to freeze a lot for some reason. This game's now doing the same thing. Although at least it ain't permanently freezing like that game was doing. There we go. Now I'm getting bigger quicker. Goodbye. And we go over here and click on this. Get bigger in a second. Here we go. Then we'll, yep, now it's wanting me to collect this stuff. Okay, good. And we're gonna open a chest, I believe, now. Yep. Nice, let's see what we get out of it. We get that. And I think the last two would be gems. We'll just continue without it this time. That one looks weird. We'll try it out though. There we go. Where'd that guy go anyway? There we go. Hello, Mr. Donut Guy. I would like to eat you now. Bye-bye. Oh, I said eat. We're not really eating them. Who else will love this game? Not me. I sure as heck didn't love this game. Now screw off. No one liked it. I'm sure there was somebody, but I'm tired of seeing ads, so I just got really mad at it, and yeah. Oh my gosh, you can kind of fall off the map. There we go. It is 2:08 right now, guys, so I might go and move into the next game after like 1 or 2 more rounds of this. I gotta avoid him so I don't get knocked out. Okay, just avoid him, just avoid him, just avoid him. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Okay, the round's over. I don't care about no Halloween crap. It ain't Halloween no more. Keep up with the time, moron. I'll try doing a tournament again, maybe, but for now, let's just do an extra round where I don't do anything, but do a fun match, basically. Here we go. Do want to try eating him if I can. Nope. Dang it. Not even the ad don't want to play. That's something. Tell you guys something. Look, the ad's buffering. Pretty bad when your own ad doesn't want to work, right? Let's do it again real quick. The bird gave me at least the gems. I think it did, but I didn't say that for sure. The fruit cause of that. And there I go. I don't want to plant one controlling right. It wasn't for a second. That's why I was moving in all wonky directions despite me moving, trying to move down. Or whatever. I want to be bigger. There we go. Here we go. We got that. You gonna buffer again? No, it's not buffering this time. Okay, good. Now if it's fusing, I'll be going now. Honestly, guys, I wasn't gonna spend too on that game. I will do the tournament at least one more. I will try to do the tournament one more time. Like I said, we'll go ahead and do that. Then we'll do that merge game. And after that, the rest of will focus on the rest of the games we got. There we go. Bye. Oh wow, I ain't been able to do that yet. Dang it, oh well. At least I won that. That time we actually won. Ooh, okay. Well, I said I'm gonna do the tournament until I lose, and until I lose, or until we get to the end of it, and then from there, we'll try that merge game real quick, and we'll only try that for about like 5 or 10 minutes. And if it's good, we'll keep it. If not, we'll delete it because, like I said, I can't. If I wanted to have to do a lot of games of Souls, I don't want to crap, and even a game of Pet but at the end, we don't want to waste too much time. And so I think with the mowers guy, if I want to spend a lot of time on it in this episode, I've got to make sure to stay. Oh, not speeding. Spend too long on one game. Okay, it was all GMs. That's fine. I said, oh, we only got 2 more matches on the tournament. I didn't know we made it that far already. Dang, this goes by quick when you think about it. Seriously. Here we go. Yes. There we go. And if we can win the next one, we got it. That thing is ugly. So is that. I think this will be the last round. All I gotta do is win it, and then we see what happens when you beat the tournament. I wonder if anything important actually happens if you do beat the tournament, because that'd be pretty cool if it did. Bye. I gotta hurry because I'm not winning this and I need to in order to see what happens. And there I go. Never mind. Great. Well, once I want to reset the entire tournament, I'll claim the reward though. Okay. Honestly, guys, I wasn't going to spend too long on that game. I just wanted to see, get a little bit done with it. Let's go ahead and do this merge cute pet game right now and see what it's all about. It probably won't be that good, honestly. Usually the merge games kind of suck. And yep, let's get them already right. Because this already sucks, it was like. Yeah, this is already kind of sucking. Although I ain't gonna lie, they do look pretty big. A chick. Auto. Oh, it's automatically merging. Cow. What's this? Flying goldfish. Oh, there we go. Wait, what? What the snot? What is this? Oh my gosh. What? Find a crow, a deer. You wouldn't know it was up here. No. A dog. Mm-mm. Honestly, I kind of had a feeling that was gonna happen. Some of the animals are pretty big, like the cats are actually decently sized. We also got a fever going on again. Oh boy. A donkey. Hmm. Mm. Okay. Oh, an elephant's gonna be one of the animals. I don't think there's any cool animals in here, like a dinosaur maybe. Well, a dinosaur be at the end. No, well, probably are or what? Nope. Dang it. Wow, we hit another fever. Oh, what? I don't give a flying flapjack what you're talking about. You're stupid and boring as frick. You're not stupid, but you're definitely boring as frick. I don't care about you at all. Now go the frick away. I got other things to worry about more important than you. Hmm. Here we go. Another favorite. Dang. How many of these we can get? I like it. Duck and all that. Mm. I don't know what cats are so big. And we get another one. Wow. Dang it. We're almost at an elephant. Oh my gosh, dang. Nope, don't care. It says we got 100% on no fun up there. I don't know what that means. Oh, well, I don't know if that quite explained it, but there we go. Yeah, I kind of thought this game would be kind of stupid, and I was right. So, yeah. I'll go ahead and do mower.io, and we'll probably play that a little bit more than we did the space one. Or the space bump one. Because I do kind of like this one better. So, we gotta see what happens. I did do like a few rounds off camera as well. But I didn't really do that much. I still don't know how you're supposed to eat somebody, because it says you can eat somebody once you're 2 times their size, but I've tried multiple times and nothing has ever worked. So I don't know how you're supposed to eat other people in this game. I don't know. Here we go. See what I mean? Oh boy. I am in first place, but I don't feel like I'm getting that big. There we go. As soon as I say that, I get huge. Well, it's only one stage up, but it seems like I got really big. Oh, I got a power up too. Nice. Gonna do move. There we go. See, when you get so big, you actually do get huge. See what I mean? No, look. Nothing. I actually got first place on it. Nice. See what I mean, though? Oh, I really don't know what the point of ranking up is if nothing happens. It'd be kind of cool that if you got like a certain amount of stars in the game, you start out bigger than you normally do. It seems a little bit cheap because then you'd probably never be able to shrink. But at the same time, then everybody that's like at a really high rank would just like be almost unstoppable because they'd already be like huger compared to everybody else. You know, it seemed cheap, but it'd be kind of cool if it was the same way in other games as well. That's why that's why I kind of wish they'd put in that game. Heck, I kind of wish they put like an unlimited mode. Or no, what I wish is that they put like a little power, or a little setting in the game where you could change the power ups, like or to just turn them on or off, and give them like an individual setting for each one. Because I've always wanted to try around without the little shrinking mechanic, but see how big I can also get. So if I can actually keep the starter, but take off the other thing, I'd like to see how a game with no shrinking mechanic would work. That would be awesome, in my opinion. I think. I don't know if you guys agree with me, but I think that would be a really cool mechanic. To see how big we... Or at least make it like an unlimited mode. There. I think there's also like a vacuum cleaner game that's similar to this one, but it's not nearly as fun as this one. Okay. And there's a power up right here. Like I said, if you could see that, all that was a little dot on the field. You could barely see it at the size I was. I don't know if you guys could even see it. I barely saw it. If it wasn't right in front of me, I probably would have missed it myself, and I'd probably been like, how in the world, where was the power up I didn't see it? If I wasn't looking straight ahead, I probably would have missed it. Alright. I got third. At least they can get taken out, so I guess that's a really good thing. Alright, here we go again. I like this game actually. I honestly didn't think this game would be that good, but playing it now I'm actually really glad I did get it. There we go. There we go. It's about 42 seconds left. There we go. I got first. Honestly, I'll spend a little bit longer on this one, and then we'll move forward. The one thing I do wish is that we did have more games on here. But as I mentioned before, the only games we really got are ones that I can't get anything done on right now. I could go to that monster game if I want to, but there's really nothing I can do. Not until I get enough to be able to grow the monster. Hmm. Now we're not gonna get that big or in this round because I got stuck for a while. Hmm. I'm trying to think of what I want to do. I'm trying to think if there's another game I could do, but honestly, right now I can't think of one. Oh, there's the power up. Grow instantly. Honestly, you can barely see that. To me might saw it, but those are hard to spot, especially when you get huge. And there's that slow down everybody else. And I found the speed up one. Like I said, I didn't even see that. I just ran into it. And I've been slowed down. There we go. I'm confused from getting bigger. I haven't seen myself grow yet. I may have gotten as big as they'll let me. I don't know. I didn't grow any more than I'm out of time. Okay. Okay, be my guest. We'll sit here and watch these spinning gears for about a minute, waiting on that stupid X to appear. The X is up there, but I can't touch it until that timer runs out. Okay, so we're good. There's no game to worry about this time. That's nice. So everybody else down. I'll show you that vacuum cleaner game too if I can find it. I'll show it off after this round. Since we can't eat, let's follow him around, just see him grow. The frick was that? Okay then. Let me look it up. I don't know if I'll even be able to find it. I'm just gonna try to. I know how you spell vacuum. Vac. You. I don't know how you spell it. I think it's called something else, but yep, there it is. There's two. There's two different games that are basically the same thing. What the snap? I'll try them both. I think they might all be both the same thing though. Orbit.io. I just found another like spacebumps.io, but it's called something else. I'm gonna try that too. There's a pirate.io as well that where you can. Oh no, it's just a pirate growing, not like an actual boat or anything. Oh my gosh, there's another game that's similar to it. We're finding a lot of games that's similar to spacebump.io. I don't know why. Oh no, ain't installing it at all. Well, we're having problems already. This is just great. I don't know the name of that one. Fans? Oh, no. The whole thing just closed out. There's been something going wrong with my iPad ever since I cleaned out the data or whatever, or backed it up like it was saying. Let's see, let's try it again. Vacuum. Because I found a few games that could work. I may have to restart the entire thing. Well, the fact that it ain't getting these other ones kind of a problem. I'll see if I can find them again real quick. Guys, if you are bored, skip this part of the video, please. There's one of them, but that one installed actually. I can't find the other ones right now. There's one of them. Now if it was just actually, there it goes. I don't know what happened, but it took the whole thing closing out just to freaking get it to work correctly. And there's still one missing that I can't find. There's still, I believe, one missing that I cannot find right now. It doesn't matter, guys. Anyway, that's about all we can get right now. Well, I can say that's all we can get, but I think most of the games I just got might be kind of dull anyway. I'm just trying to show you what I'm talking about. There's one that's similar to that mower game, but a lot worse. And it has to do with a vacuum cleaner. There's two of them like that. One of them's called Suck.io. Please don't take that out of context. We got Cleanup 3D. And we got two different like Space Bump.io games. One of them called UFO.io multiplayer. And one of them called Capture.io. So yeah, we're going to show off both of these. And then we'll either continue doing Mower.io. Or we'll go ahead and move on to Soul.io. Let's do this one first. No. Solo run. Huh, that's interesting. I'll try that maybe in a little bit. But first, let's actually... I kind of curious, man. That means we can continue... Maybe this would be one of the games where I can actually just continue growing as big as I want to. I don't know. That would be pretty interesting. And we got other things we can unlock. Right now we got the airport. We got different vacuum cleaners. Although I like the one with nothing on it more than anything. And we, like I said, we got the classic mode and we got the solo mode. I want to see what the solo mode's all about, but I'm going to check out the classic mode first. Let's go and see how this game is. I want to tell you, it's not going to be that good, but we'll see. Start with a boost. I'm kind of curious what that is. Let's try that. Because I don't know what the boosts are. I think, apparently I did play this game at least once before, because it did say I had installed it beforehand. But if I did, it was probably like a long time ago when I did it. I don't care about a slot machine. They suck. Alright, give me the X, thank you. Will it do start me bigger? See what I mean? Oh my gosh. See what I mean? And that cleanup 3D is just the exact same as it is. Same thing as this, I believe. It looked exactly the same on the pictures. I don't want to consider it two separate games. I honestly don't. Yep. Don't like that one. That's what I was saying. I don't really like that one at all. I had a feeling I wouldn't like it either, and I have a feeling that this game is just the same thing, I said, with a different name. I'm about to find out though. Yep. Looks like it. I should have tried the solo run actually, or no, because I think it was boring anyway. It was honestly boring anyway, so I don't know what the point of that would be. Size up, I ain't see myself being any bigger. Oh, there we go. Now I can. Was the solo run? It is, but we have to upgrade our battery and all that to where we have more stuff. Okay. Yeah, see. Yep, this is basically the same thing except just with it being solo run only and you have to upgrade everything. Mm-mm-mm. I don't care about this. Can you go away, please? Oh, wait, there's a skip one. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. What does this even mean? I don't know. Doesn't matter, it's kind of boring anyway. Anyway, and we got two other games that are basically similar to Space Bump.io. We're going to do the one that seems the least amount of fun first, which is Capture.io, and we'll do the other one last. And like I said, after that, we'll do Soul.io for the rest of the time. Set it. Okay, probably not. Alrighty, well, let's see if this game is just as good as the other one. Yep, this is again redone. That's what I was talking about would happen. Hopefully the other one's better. If not, that could be a real big problem. Play classic mode, there's a bunch of other game modes. No. They even have a wheel and everything in this one. Huh. Wonder what game modes are available, because it says there was different game modes. I'll check whenever it lets me. Alrighty. There's the X. We get 150 coins. The shop. Game modes. So eat the whole city in solo mode. Be the last UFO in battle mode. And then classic mode, be the biggest. Alright. we'll do classic mode for now, and we'll see what happens from there. Let's see if this game's as good as I'm kind of hoping it will be. It was more promising, it's more promising than Spacebump.io. But we'll have to see. Earn extra points by killing other players. Here we go. Dang. Although again, it's definitely not that great. I'm actually kind of bored by this. There we go. Definitely not that good though, so that was kind of disappointing. But I'm saying, a lot of the .io games are ones we can't really do. Well, we can, but it wouldn't be really any good. So yeah, I want to do mower.io for a little bit longer, and then we'll go to soul.io for the rest of the video probably. We got about an hour and about an hour and 40 minutes or so before we have to stop. Well, not an hour and 40 minutes, so about 2 hours. But like I said, my grandma's gonna give it 4:45 around there. So yeah. Kind of curious, why is there a lawnmower inside the house anyway? Like, how do you start inside the house? That wouldn't even make sense. I mean, I could question it's a game, but still, like, seriously? Oh, I did. I think I just ate somebody. I don't know how. But, okay. There we go. And now the game froze. See? So that's the one problem I have with this game is that. The freezing. Dang it, and now I'm not doing near as good this round. Here we go. Here we go. Let's do one more round up to get to the next rank, and then we'll go ahead and move on. And we'll go ahead and move on to the last game. It may sound weird to say last whenever we're only an hour and 50 minutes into the video, but guys, you gotta remember we ain't got many games at all. Plus, Soda I'll be the one we'll do most of the time. Like I said, we'll finish on with something else. Okay. Wow, Amelia got size up. Wow, we're getting it very quickly this time for some reason. There we go. Why am I growing so fast? Like, I gained 3 sizes in a matter of like the first few times I was in the game. There we go again. Did I eat them? I may have. We still have 50 seconds and I'm this big. I'm not getting any bigger, so I'm guessing that's the biggest you can get. That or it takes that long. Yep. So I guess that's as big as you can get. Alrighty. That's fine though, guys. We can go ahead and go to Soul.io now. Which I need to flip the screen sideways to do. And we get a daily bonus reward. Nice. Like I said, guys, I will probably spend a while of the video in this game doing Classic. But it's mainly because it's one of the only modes where we don't have to, where there ain't no timer to worry about. So yeah, most of the time we'll be doing classic, but I will occasionally switch over to other things as well. So we'll have to see what ends up happening. I ain't gonna. Oh, there we go. Immediately found a star. I'm gonna start off by not really growing. I mean, doing the beginning growth stages. But after a few rounds, I will. There we go. Already a pretty good star, ain't gonna lie. Let's see. Oh crap, I'm dead. Where's the green thing? Give me another green. Okay, nah, it was me. Thank goodness. That would have been seriously bad. Oh well. Okay, where's the stars? Because I found one in the beginning, can't find another one. There's this thing, and hello, Mr. Dude, I'd like to be able to get you now. Nope. Oh, you old jerk face. Oh well. I can go for you at least. Bye. There we go. Let's start. One of these. I like this power, don't get me wrong, but I love how you can keep growing bigger and bigger. There's a star right there, actually. I'm gonna guard it. There we go. Nope. Come here. There you go. Shrink, little boy. Shrink. Whether you're a boy or a girl, I don't care. There we go. Here we go. Okay, now I'm finding stars. I'm trying to go for the bigger guy if I can, like if I'm big enough to eat him, but... There we go. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. That was seriously... Oh dear, this could be bad if I don't get out of here. Give me this, I can actually shrink him down. Oh, he's the king too. Okay, well, you're going down. Maybe not. Come on, come on. Okay, now go. 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 This is a bad idea messing with him, but at the same time it would have been so good. If I could have gotten him shrunk down good enough where I could eat him. Oh crap, there's that thing right there. There's one right there, I can't get to it. If I turn, I'm gonna get... Are you flipping serious right now? Okay, where's the power up? Dadgummit, dude, he moved me into a freaking trap. He's gonna eat me in a second. I bet money on it. Oh crap, move y'all. Yeah, I ain't been enough to eat y'all yet. There we go, now I am. Leave me out of it. There we go. Got him, and now it's your turn, dude. Get over here so I can eat the living snot out of you. I'm going to eat you. Come the frick here. There's nowhere you can run. There's nowhere you can hide. Oh my gosh. Okay, yes. Now it's your turn. Bye. Are you ready? That's a good thing I grabbed that because I think that guy would have gotten me. Oh crap. Go away from her. Move. I'm trying to stay away from all them guys that have that. Come here, dude. Let me just eat you. Oh, come on, be nice and painless. You don't have to worry about much at all. No, no. See what I mean? See what I mean? See what I mean? So why try moving away from that one person whenever she had the power up to do that with? Oh, come on. See, that's the one thing I hate about this mode. If only team mode didn't have a timer, I would so be doing that. That's one of the main reasons why I'm not going to focus as much on team mode today. Is I'm going to be focusing on classic mode. Because there, if I can actually keep people from shrinking me down, I can actually see how big I can get. Let's actually start bigger this time. I did say I wouldn't wait a little while, but honestly, we really need the boost bad. We got lucky to find that star in the very beginning of the last battle, but like I said, we really found another star after that. We found like only two or three other ones. And that's for a good, like, maybe 5 or 10 minutes of gameplay right there. Nope. Just wait for the timer. Everything should be alright. Move, 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 move. Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. No, no, leave me out of it. Come on. Thank you. Every time I start out big, then something bad always happens. But then if I don't start out big, then I always get eaten in the very beginning. Or something stupid would normally happen. There we go. Okay. And now we got... Oh, well, and now it's time for another midnight snack. Let's go ahead. Oh, dear. Well, he's not going to be a midnight snack. I'm getting the frick out of here. I'm good. If I'm getting a midnight snack, it definitely won't be from him. Not until I'm bigger than him, that is. And right now, I'm not. And, oh, dear God. Oh, dear God. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Move, move, move. Oh, dear. This is bad. Nope. Bye. There's another big dude. Oh my gosh. Are you serious? Oh my gosh. No, no, no. I'm being surrounded. I'm being... What was that? The dynamic duo or something? They were all ganging up on me. The two of them both were. It's like they were kind of teaming up on each other with each other. I really wish the team mode didn't have a freaking timer. I would so be playing that right now. Nope. I'm not getting eaten in the very beginning. There we go. There we go. Seriously, this is working out pretty well for us. Or for me. And now, if you'll be so kind as to let me shrink you down so you can be eat by me. Alright, then you won't cooperate? Well, then I got a backup plan. Round 2. Oh, crap, there's a star right there. Oh, there we go. I got him right at the last few seconds. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to you next, so just let me have you. Okay, that's a no from him. Well, that's fine with me, because I'm going to get you this time. I'm sorry, that was completely false. I'm getting the frick out of here, and now I'm going after him. Oh dear. Wait, is he bigger now? I can't tell. Oh, he is. When did he get bigger? What did he eat? A star? A way bigger guy? Oh my gosh, that would have been bad if I would have went for him then. I just got bigger too. Oh dear. Move, 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 move. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Move, move, move. Go, go. Stop growing bigger. Stop growing. No, no, no. Oh my gosh. I'm about to get ganged up on again. No, 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 no. Oh my gosh. I'm ganked. I'm screwed. I'm screwed. If that one part, I'm dead. I'm dead. There's nothing I can do. I'm dead. How? How? How did I make it? It was only because they were both stupid. If they would have turned, if they would not turn, if that one girl would have turned towards me and headed after me, ooh, I'd have been. You know, I was really about to say I would have been dead, and right, if I would have finished that sentence, I would have said that, and then we would have gotten killed. Although I think something similar to that happened in the last video, where I was talking about, it was either off camera or in the last video, but there was actually a round of this game I was playing sometime, and actually, there was actually a time where I was talking about, like, if I turn, like, there was this one dude chasing me, and I was trying to get away, and I literally said, if I turn, I'm dead. But the only way I could actually escape was if I turned, or because I would have gotten trapped up against the wall and then gotten killed. But right when I went to turn, and right when I said that, oh well, if you turn, you're most likely gonna get caught by this person. And as soon as I tried turning, the dude caught me. Give me this. And now, shrink. Shrink, my pretty. Shrink. Okay, that guy's bigger now. Oh dear. I think that's star, because seriously, I'm small as frick. Nope. Joke's on you, sucker. You're not gonna catch me today. What if we sat and immediately get ate by something? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. As soon as I... Oh my gosh. Really? You got me freaking. Okay, that was funny. Literally, I just talked about how last time I said something stupid, I ended up getting knocked out by the exact thing I talked about. Once we get killed for saying that, about 5 seconds later, get killed. Okay, that was that. I know I went down, but that was freaking awesomely funny. Oh my gosh, that was awesome. I don't know why I enjoyed that so much. That was just plain funny to me. Holy snot, that was pretty funny. I wish I knew what. It's 2 hours and 9 minutes. So I'd say about 2 hours 5 to 6 minutes or so. We caught that. Maybe 2 hours and 7 minutes and 38 seconds or something like that. It's just a guess. I don't know for sure what the number is. I'm not growing my garden, you stinking piece of crap, whatever you are. Goodbye. Wow, even the first place is not that big, so that means that this game must have just more recently started. Well, I don't know. The first place guy was not that big. I was almost the same size as him. I'm in 7th place right now, and I just started out as my main size. That means, wow, that's insane. And then we gotta do it again. There you are. Come here, my pretty. There we go. Nope. There we go. Let me have you. There. Might get yourself caught in a corner if you go over there. I don't even know where he went. He might have actually gotten out of the corner. Oh crap. No, 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 that was so close. Give me this, give me this, give me this. No, no, no. Nobody's allowed to grab this. Only, nope. I need this. Thank goodness I got it because that one girl would have gotten me. That one. The one that's hitting me right now. There we go. And now I got it again. And now you will be punished. Oh, you are definitely getting punished up there. Oh, you are definitely getting punished. Oh, frick. Oh, frick, frick, frick. I was kind of screwed on either side. If I went down or up, one of them would have caught me no matter what happened. But if I used the bomb, the guy on the right would have gotten me. Even if that dude didn't turn around and do it, unless I was careful, there'd be no way. Are you flipping kidding me? Dang it. I really wish team mode didn't have a timer. I love team mode in this game so much. I'm not tapping to roll anything, you stupid piece of crap. No one cares. No. 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 There we go. Nope. Ha ha ha. Ready for round two, Mr. Dude? Come here. I'm gonna use up all his bombs eventually, although I also ain't always gonna get this power up. Yep. Oh dear, that all got me killed. Ha ha ha. No, none. That has happened how many times today? Where I've gotten stuck in the middle between two huge people that I can't eat and I lose. How many times has that happened today? In the first like 15 minutes of playing the game, seriously. I do not want to sit here and do this crap again. If I didn't need to start bigger, I would not be watching this. I can tell you that much right now. I'll just skip everything that this has to offer. That, or if it wouldn't let me, I'd ignore it. We're not starting out like this. No, we're not. No. Bad. Very bad. No. Very bad, big mouth, large, ball thing. Oh dear. Not this again. No, 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 no. I need to eat you two. Stat. Come here. I need a little midnight snack for me. Come here. Oh my gosh, that big guy's right there. No! How many times is that gonna happen today where I'll say something like, I need to eat you, and then somebody comes up and kills me? Seriously, how many times is something like that gonna happen? I don't even know. No. I can't go over and grab that. We're dead again. No, I just be... Oh, thank God he quit chasing me. Now, since you wanted to chase me in the very beginning, you're gonna get what's coming to you, boy. Oh. Oh, no. No, no, no. Stay away from that. He might be a little bit bigger than me, honestly. That one definitely is bigger. Nope. I'm just bullshitting out again. There we go. And as a star, I'm gonna eat that and get bigger. Then I'm gonna eat this and go for people. Like you, for example. And then I'll go back up, start going out, grab this one, and continue my trend of destroying people like this. And now it'll be your turn if I can hurry and get over it. Never mind. It will not be your turn because I'm about to run out, and if I sit there next to you, you're gonna kill me. Or if I sit there next to you, you're gonna kill me. Alright, continue my trend. There it is. Okay. So now, like, where was that orange guy? There he is. Hello. You were not being that big for long. Oh dear. Oh dear. Come here now, I need you. I need your body for growth. Come on. Just let me eat you. It won't be that long. It won't be that painful. All you gotta do is let me gobble you up. And then everything will be all over. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be going for you. And oh thank God I had ate that person. No! Well, I only shrank down like once, so I'm still relatively almost the same size as I was a while ago. If I could turn off that power up, this game would be a lot funner. So I'd like to see how big we could actually get. The game might last forever, but at the same time, it'd be really fun if I did it that way. No? Come here, you. There we go. Now you're the next one. Come here. Don't fight it. Fighting it will only make things harder for you. Come here. Yeah, there you go. A little bit closer to my mouth and everything will be all great. Can you please come over here? You're eventually going to go up to that wall. And now you're screwed. There we go. Holy snap. Oh dear. Dang it, I was so big. No! See, that's the one problem about being huge. Look at how big I was. That might have been the biggest I've ever been in this game. And like I said, we only got to see that for a second. No. Not this crap again. There we go. Let's get away from him. I don't know. Oh my gosh. See, I probably could have been that size a while ago if I wouldn't have got eaten multiple times. Oh no, not this again. Thank you. And now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be grabbing this thing. Eating you. There we go. I'm not... Nope, just to get away from him. Oh dear. Nope. There we go. Perfect. Here we go. Look at this. There we. Oh no 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 no. I ain't help you forever. You're screwed. Although so am I. Really? Every time. What? No. No, 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 no. Get me. Nope, get me out. If you'll excuse me, I'll be needing you. If you'll excuse me, I'll be needing you. Give me that. There we go. No. Oh my. If I'm gonna be killed by this thing now. Dude. Give. Frick this. No. Dadgum. And now I'm dead. Great. I had a record going till people freaking shrank me. No, I don't care. I want you because you're bigger. It'll make me huger if I eat you first. Good thing I ate that one before this one ate me, because you'd have gotten me if I didn't. I don't know if I'm bigger than him or not. We might be the exact same size. Now I am. Huh? I'm in second, so there's one guy bigger than me. Right now. Not anymore, there ain't. I'm in first. Dadgummit. Every freaking time. That kind of backfired on me. Oh boy. I'll definitely do a few team rounds. I just wish the timer wasn't there. The timer's what discouraged me. Ain't that I hate team mode now because of the timer being there, but it would be much better if it didn't have it. I'd really like to. Also, I think they'd actually do a really good. I think it'd be a really good idea for them, like I said before, to let you be able to turn on and off the freaking power ups. Not both of them, but like only one of them if you really want to. Like, I had two switches right before the game started, and it said like you can turn off the star or the power up, or the star or the stream thing. I'm not scanning anything for you. No. Oh, come on. I'm not playing this crappy looking game. It was a complete crap. I'm not scanning anything for you. I said that before. I'm not scanning a single thing for you. You can learn to do it cover yourself. Y'all know how to scan, otherwise you wouldn't be making me do it. You're just doing it because you're too lazy. That's what it is. Y'all are freaking lazy and you don't want to do it yourself. Yeah, well, I'm not. I'm not doing it for you. Oh dear. I hate how the game does that. Go burn fire, you stupid ass. No one likes you. You can go burn fire and kill yourself. No. every freaking time. Frick you. Nope. And can this ad go jump in fire? No one cares about it. Seriously, whoever thinks this game is fun. Nope. I only got like 45 minutes of it, guys. It's almost 4 o'clock now. Like I said, I do petting even when my grandma gets in here in the kitchen. So I've only got after when it reaches 4:45, I only got like maybe a good 15 minutes. That may seem like a lot, but whenever one game of this can take you a while, then it's like, yeah. There's a star. There's 2 of them. Thank you for both of them. And now I'm gonna grow bigger and eat you. Huh. Well, I'm not a ghost. You can't slow me down. So, hi. Now I am one. I'm in second. This guy's way bigger, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this. He's slowly getting bigger, I saw that. Uh-oh. Haha. And now I got this. You can't stop me now. Joke's on you. I'm curious where the big guy is. No. See it for shrinking me. Quite. Whoever eats that one up there is probably the one. Oh dear. And I just got 8. Dude, I kind of helped you out. I say kind of because I slowed that one dude down. Why wouldn't my character I'm going to murder and kill. I don't care what somebody's IQ is. You can go screw off. I'm in 4th place. And I'm not that big. Well, thank you for tracking yourself, kind of. I'm in 1st. Nope. Oh dear. No, you deserve that one. That's what you get for streaming me all the way down to this side. Here we go. Ah, frick. I have an idea. No, I do not. I was hoping I could grab that before he did and then shrink him down. Oh my gosh. Seriously, that guy's gigantic. We're in 5th place. And again, not that big. 4th. I think he's bigger than me. I don't know. Yep. That's what I get. I should have left after he freaking Well, it's still about the same as I just was. If I do this. It does. No, come on. But we just throw a huge. I don't know if that's the same size as I just was. Even if it was, I'm screwed unless I can eat somebody or eat a green thing. Yep, told you. And now I'm dead again. In 3, 2, 1. I didn't intentionally mean for that to happen. Are you serious? Hello, Mr. Dude. Are you ready to get eat? I'm ready for a midnight snack. This time, I won't get eat when I say that. Yeah, and now it's time for you to shrink down. No, yeah, that one's away. Oh, oh no, I screwed. Okay. I didn't make that. Yes. Oh my gosh, again. Are you flipping kidding me? I can't get some more chance anywhere now. That one round where I did fantastic, and now it looks like I can't do that again. There we go. Oh, frick me. Go jump in fire and kill yourself. Nope. Die. Die. I hope you burn. Nope. Go away. Go away. I hate ads. That's why I'm so ticked off at one. The ones I'm trying to watch videos to make bigger, I don't get annoyed about. But the ones that freaking just pop out after every battle kind of annoy me. Here we go. I get one round of something good and everything else goes wrong. There we go. Okay, you make yourself bigger, it's gonna make me bigger when I eat you. If I even can, that is. I can right now, but no, I'm almost something that'll happen like it's a bin. There we go. Here we go. I'm in second still. Here we go. Oh, wait, this one. See, I could have been bigger than you, so I'm gonna strike me down. Now I'm dead again. Great. Ooh, I got it, go. Because at first we didn't end up beating me for some reason. Okay, good. was itching, so I had to remove it. Or remove my friend from the game for a minute. Here we go. Are you flipping? How I'm doing first, I don't know. No, 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 no! No. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, I'm dead again. Oh. I am gonna admit, guys, I am having a real lot of fun with this game, though. I really am. Let's do a team mode this time. I don't know if I do Mayhem, but I hate the time limit. That's why I don't do it that often. I like the team mode, but I hate the time limit. Him on the red team. There we go. There you go, dude. Go ahead and get bigger. There's only one blue guy on the leaderboard, as I can see. On top of the leaderboard, that is. There we go. Try walking them off for you. There you go. That's big yet. Only about 15 minutes left, guys. Like I said, I kind of figured that was going to happen. So we'll do one or two rounds of this. and then we'll go ahead and do Pet and Eva and finish off with that. Zoom first. Nice. Oh, never mind. Not anymore. Really? Great. Oh well. I did have a lot of fun with that game though, so I can't complain. I know I didn't do many team rounds, guys, but honestly, guys, as the videos go on and on, I'm pretty sure that Soul.io will be the only game I'll be doing. There'll probably come a point where Soul.io will be the only game I'll do, other than maybe Pet and Eva. We'll have to see though. Anyway, guys, we're gonna finish off by doing Pet and Eva, and after that's over, we'll go ahead and start the video, I think. Yeah, it is a little bit early when I do this, but at the same time, um, I only got like an extra 15 minutes. Probably can use that to maybe give me some food after this video's over and make something to drink too. So yeah. This gentleman's huge. Sorry, that was a menu, guys. Um, that was a menu that I added in the settings tab, and I'll try removing it for a video. I'll try removing it sometime. It's kind of in the way. Where's the yellow one? Where is the yellow one? It's a little bit worrying. No. Oh, there they are. And he grew. They actually get pretty big, especially from this close up. Honestly, I wonder babies, they actually sound really adorable if they didn't have like the ugly sounds whenever they grew up. I think this would be really cool. That'd be really cool. There we go. You two have already gotten dirty. Like I said, we'll go ahead and We're gonna do a few rounds of this too, and we'll finish it off like that. I'm sorry if most of the games we're focusing on is .io games, but when it's about your only option, that's kind of a problem, you know. Like it's about the only game we got left that could work out until we get I Am Monster under time to evolve. Here we go. Let's do these. There we go. There we go. I should be done in the next 5 minutes, guys. God, I think we'll do one more round of this, then we'll stop. I know this may seem weird, but maybe if I'm not tired and I have enough time, we'll continue doing this. I will let you know that if I do another video at 7 o'clock, I probably will only focus on Soul.io, so we can give it a little bit more time to be played. I was hoping to get a little bit more time with it today. We got a little bit of time. Well, actually, we got a decent amount of time with it. But if we just spend the entire video doing it, we'd have a lot more, obviously. Well, I did say only one more round, but I didn't think I thought I'd be bored. Nope. We only got like a matter of like maybe 1 to 5 minutes remaining, so we ain't got too much time to waste. I mean, we could do another round of Souls to Io. We wouldn't have much time, I tell you that much. And bring this to the intro. Yep, there it is. You heard that sound, guy? That means meals about to come down. Yep. Alrighty. That's it, guys. Let me do this. I'm gonna let that game install while I end the video. Alright, everyone. Well, there you go. A 3.5 hour long video of only .io games and Pet Amiibo. That's it. I'm sorry if this was kind of one of the more boring videos of the series, guys. Once we did Souls to Io, I started having a lot more fun. But there was only one round where I intentionally, or really got to get any really big. So, yeah. Unfortunately, guys, I do have to go and let you know that most likely this is how the series is going to start turning out. We're going to stick to mainly Souls.io starting next episode, and that's probably going to be the one we're focused on 99% of the time. And then, like I said, at the end, we'll probably do something with we'll probably do the same thing with I'll be doing. I might do like I did this episode and do it Pet and Eva as well at the end. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. That's all I got to talk about, and that's all I got to go through. So, I don't know if I'll do a video at 7 o'clock. I have a bad feeling I am going to be too tired to do a video around that time. However, I'm hoping things will work out and something will happen. If not, though, don't worry, there will be other episodes as well. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. And until next time, everyone, I want you to be the very best, like no one ever was. And I'll see you for our next video. Have a wonderful day, everyone, and bye-bye.